Denise, and this is Marshall.
Hello.
And we're with Manna for your mind, soul, and body. And this is actually our first introductory video, and I want to welcome everybody. Thanks for checking out the website. I wanted to introduce Marshall because she is our RN consultant. So if you're ever on the website and you see some product you have a question about, or specifically if you have something that you're dealing with personally that you want to know what's the best cannabis to use for your ailment, Marshall's your girl. So, hello Marshall, thank you for being
Hello,
on
thank you for
our new
having
YouTube
me.
channel. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
So Marshall, tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience.
Well, I'm Marshall. I graduated from St. Francis School of Nursing in Evanston, Illinois.
We all grew up in Evanston.
Yes, and that was about 30 years ago. I crossed that stage. I actually became a nurse at 19, so I was one of the youngest ones to ever graduate from their school.
Wow, okay.
My background is vast. I started in med-surg, which gives you just the basic background of, head to toe assessment, listening to lungs, what to do, what not to do, help with pain management, and that intrigued me, the pain management piece. And so then as I went on, I did respiratory, I did hospice, and in hospice, which was great experience because you get the pain management piece that has to deal with cancer. And so you see how it's so intricate in managing pain in order to help someone just to be able to do their regular daily activities, just to make their life just even comfortable. So I really got more intrigued into that. And then, I did med-surg, and then I went into home health, where I specialized in IVs, and we did pain management as well. And so then you got to see how we would put the IVs in, we managed the IVs, but you also got a chance to see what medication was being used for what. To help manage, bone pain, not necessarily cancer, fibromyalgia, nerve pain, neuropathy pain, then you have arthritic pain, then you have, just pain that some people just can't even understand where it's coming from. So then you see how they manage that and how they do different things and what medicines they're using for what and how they're doing this. And then in this experience, boom, the opioid. And so then when that came along, we know that people that need it can't get it. And so then it's the alternative.
So why do you say people that need it can't get it?
It's harder to get now because of the opioid epidemic. Pain, doctors are very leery about
because of addiction.
Because of addiction. They're afraid that you're going to get addicted. That's the first thing that comes out their mouth. We don't want you to get addicted. We don't want you to get addicted.
And there are things because for good reason. There's a lot of people that got addicted and are using these things for recreational
use,
which segues me into cannabis. And how it's non-addicting.
It's non-addicting.
And it helps with pain.
Yes, it does.
In a lot of different ways. And so tell me, how did you kind of get into learning and being interested in cannabis?
With my own health. And then with when I was taking care of my mother. And she had cancer. And she wouldn't eat no matter what I did, no matter what medications we gave her for eating, pharmacia, nothing worked. And then I know about marijuana because we've known that in the medical profession for years what it does.
But how it helps.
But we couldn't say anything because it was illegal.
Right.
So with my mother, I gave her the tincture and she started to eat. She would eat. She was not depressed. So I'm like, okay.
And the pain management.
And the pain management of that was, she was able to do her regular activities. Whereas when you had the pharmacia piece, it didn't work that well.
And the side effects.
The nausea, the vomiting. Or she'll just say, this just doesn't, I just don't feel good on this medicine. So that's what really got me into it. And the hospice piece, that really got me into it. Because for hospice, believe it or not, they've been using cannabis for years. And they have been telling their patients about cannabis for years.
And that's the interesting fact for me, and the reason why we've gotten into it and we're trying to get the word out is because my belief is, and it's in the Bible, that God put all of these things down here for a reason, right? And so there's Delta 9, which is marijuana, there's Delta 8, and then there's CBD. And I always describe it to people like collard greens, mustard greens, and kale. You know, they all have different purposes, they all have different strength. Obviously, the marijuana is the strongest.
Correct.
You know, and you know, to me, marijuana is for people that have cancer that are just in pain.
Their pain levels are just at
and they're nauseous. Like it's really strong. And the side effect of that is the high. And people have been using the side effect as opposed to the medicinal purposes for this plant for many, many, many years.
Right.
Hence it being illegal. So now there's Delta 8, which is we call it the little sister of. And I should be talking to you guys. It's the little sister of the marijuana. So it does not, you know, marijuana makes you just lay back and chill and just feel better. Like it's not for you to get out and drive and do things like that, even though it's still illegal in most states, people, okay?
It is.
Delta 8 is not. And Delta 8 doesn't do that. It actually enlightens you. It actually gives you mind clarity. It actually helps you to work better. But it also helps with pain. It helps with depression, stress, anxiety, and insomnia. If you can't sleep at night, Delta 8 is amazing. And there are some CBD products that are amazing for sleeping as well. Now the CBD, there's no THC. So there's THC in marijuana.
Correct.
There's THC in Delta 8, a different version. So it's not as strong as the marijuana, Delta 9. CBD, no THC at all. So for those people that want the pain management, want to get rid of the stress, depression, anxiety, and insomnia, but they don't want that side effect, that high feeling, then they could do CBD. So our business, our website will have the Delta 8 and the CBD products, but not the marijuana, not the Delta 9, because it's not legal in all states. And it tends to move towards the recreational side, which is what we don't want to promote. We want to promote holistic health. We want to promote helping you feel better. And that's why we have Marshall as our nurse. She has her own page on our website for you to check out, Ask the Expert. She can answer your questions. She does charge a consultation fee because she can't work for free. But if you have any questions about the products, that's free. But Marshall is going to be there for you. You can schedule an appointment with her on the website to be able to help you figure out what would work best for whatever you're dealing with. So, Marshall, thank you so much for joining our team. And we will see you folks on the website.